Hello.
Hello there.
Right, ready to get going then?
Right, yeah, let's go.
Okay. Well, hello everybody. I am Linds, and this is Ash.
Hello, otherwise known as Linderz.
So we're the two new people that have brought you SXR, and this is what we're going to be talking to you about today. The brand new site, the brand new league. Ash, what do you think about it? Have you looked through the site? What do you think about that?
I think the site actually looks stunning. It's sleek, quite smooth. I know there's been a couple of problems with the mobile version of it, but I think we're going to be working on that one, aren't we?
Yeah. So I think Elliot will manage to get that sorted. Elliot, by the way, he was the site designer. He's put in quite a lot of work during the past few weeks. It's been money well spent, and I think we're all pretty much very chuffed with what he's done.
Yeah, he's done a good job, and like you said, there's money that's gone into it. So it's good to see that we've got something that looks really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, the admin team is going to include myself, Ash, and two others, which is going to be Mike, King Mike, and also Fozzie. So, Ash, what do you make of those two additions?
Well, I wrote the about section, didn't I? And I had to write a little bit about each driver, each admin, sorry. And I remember thinking when I was writing them, I was like, how do I describe these people? Because I don't really know them that well. But then I just thought, we've actually got two of the nicest guys on board, and I think that'll really help the relations on the website when we get going. Because both Michael and I hope he doesn't mind me calling him Michael, but both Michaels, they're really nice guys actually, and I think they'll bring a lot to the site in terms of just good banter really, which is what we need.
Exactly, yeah. And they're both veterans as well. Like when we were at the previous league, they were both veterans of that league. They knew exactly what was going on, they knew what to do, and we brought them in here to SXR, and I think they're just going to smash it. They're going to absolutely dominate the admin team.
I think so, yeah. Like you said, that's a big thing as well. They're bringing a lot of experience with them from from F1 XL, and yeah, it's going to be it'll be good knowing that we've got experience to fall back on.
Yeah, absolutely. So right, what we'll talk about now then, Ash, the plans for SXR, what we're going to do differently to what previous leagues are doing. I think the first thing that we're going to do is F1 XL, we weren't allowing custom setups, but in SXR we're going to allow custom setups. I think it's going to branch out more, it's going to bring in a lot more racers. If they want to share their setups, they can share them via the forums and the website. If they want to keep them secret, then fair dues. But I think having custom setups is going to open up the racing a bit. It's going to make it a bit more interesting rather than sticking to the pre-computerized setups in the game.
Yeah, like you said, I think that will draw more people in, because when I personally quite liked the quick car setups, I thought it was good at keeping everyone on a kind of level playing field. But what we obviously didn't know was if anybody was cheating, and now it doesn't matter. We haven't got that concern anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, I think because it will bring more people in now because of that. It's a lot more open. And another good thing is that, like you were saying, with people sharing setups and that, it'll be a nice little. It'll be good on the forums to see people sharing setups with each other, and it'll be nice to see if that creates community spirit.
Yeah, I hope it does. I mean, if they're going to be sharing setups, then it should mean that they're willing to share their setup to bring out the competitive side in other racers, and to try and get them on equal terms in race speed.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's the whole ethos of SXR, is that we're going with a nice friendly atmosphere, and we want people to be sharing with each other. Like you said, we want people to compete, obviously, but we want people competing with no serious edge to it. We don't want people getting upset if they lose a race, or or anything like that, because it's just a bit of fun at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But by the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but SXR, Slipstream Xbox Racing. I'm not sure if I said that at the start, but just to clear it up, that's what
I
it
don't
stands
think you
for.
did. You didn't. We'll put it on the title anyway, won't we? So
Exactly, yeah.
it'll be all right.
Another thing that's going to be happening in SXR, no team owners for this season. Teams are just going to be randomly drawn out of a hat. But what's going to happen is there's going to be 4 pots of 4 drivers in each league. So the fastest 4 will go into pot 1, the next fastest pot 2, the next fastest pot 3, and then the last 4 will go into pot 4. So obviously the pot 1 will be the fastest, pot 4 will be the slowest. So how we're going to do the teams is pot 1, a driver from pot 1 is going to get drawn with a driver from pot 4, just to make it a bit even. And then a driver from pot 2 is going to get drawn with a driver from pot 3.
It's a bit of a tongue twister.
Very. I was mixing my words.
I thought you were talking about pirates for a minute, and then
I thought it was you that had the problem with peas, not me.
yeah.
So there we
Right,
go.
should we just explain that a minute? Well, I've just been to the dentist and I can't really pronounce my P's. Sorry, but carry on.
So that's how we're going to be doing the draws for the drivers. Hopefully it'll produce for some good teams in eco racing. So yeah, what do you think of that, Ash?
That's brilliant, and I think we should just explain for non-F1XL members that when we were at F1XL we had team owners, didn't we? So I just thought we should explain that to people who are new. I think it's brilliant because, like you said, we tried. I remember the first season I was at F1XL, we did this it was kind of a little bit like this. We're getting randomly drawn with teammates, and it's a really good way to get talking with other people, because one of the things I've found with online forums of any sort of kind is people like to form gangs, and you get sort of people that will only talk to certain people, and I think this will be brilliant for actually bringing everybody together, and it'll be great for sharing quick custom setups as well, because if you get someone who's not so good paired up with someone who's brilliant, the race, that person then is going to improve dramatically, I think, and it'll be really good to see, actually.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It should make for an interesting season anyway. So yeah, let's just see how that goes. Another pointer that's going to be getting done, time trials as from before with F1XL, 5 laps. The track is yet to be determined, but I'm thinking the brand new track of Mexico, which I think is going to be included in the game. I think that could be a good shout for doing the time trials. No one's going to have any knowledge of how to race that track. It's going to be a completely new thing for everybody, so no one's going to have an advantage. I'm thinking maybe Mexico for the time trials. I'm not sure yet, but what would you think to that?
I think Mexico is a very good shout. Like you said, nobody knows the track, but what I actually do know about the track, I think I saw it when I was watching F1. I saw Perez walking around it, and I specifically remember him talking about a section of the track that's really quite tricky. And I think, if my memory serves me right, the track is quite a good all-round track. It's got some good straights, a very technical section. So I think it'll be a good track just to sort of get an overall gist of how someone drives, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So like we've said, we don't know which track it'll be yet. We will discuss that as admins, but that'll be included the time trial to determine what league you're going to be in. Also, there's going to be another inclusion. There's going to be a 5-lap observation. So this is where the admins will be following you around the track 5 laps. On lap 1, sorry, I've got it written down here, just let me read it off. Lap 1, an observation lap, where it would be the lap where you chase us down and try overtake us as clean as you can. Lap 2, where we try get them racing wheel to wheel for as much as they can during that lap. Lap 3, we see how well they can defend under constant pressure. And lap 4, we monitor them closely to see if they take any advantages through corners. So we're going to be keeping a close eye to see if you're racing fairly and to see how clean you race, how good you are wheel to wheel. Just to make sure that there's going to be no butt heads joining the league. So Ash, what do you make on that?
Yeah, again, like you said, this is going to be good for good for getting the butt heads out. But I think this is all part of our new application process when we're trying to. We don't want people joining this racing league who are going to cause trouble. Basically, this is both on and off the track. But on the track, we've had the experience, many years experience of racing online, and we know more than anybody that people can come and they'll join with the best intentions, but if they can't really race that well, then they're just going to cause problems. So we are taking a strict stance with accepting people to the league, and we're not accepting under 16s. Am I right?
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
And I know this sounds quite strict, but we need to be strict to allow a fun atmosphere, I think, don't we?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think.
Oh, also another thing actually about the. Sorry to interrupt you. But
It's okay.
about when we do the time trials with people, when we do these 5-lap observation laps, there will be. I'm guessing there will be a process. Say, for example, you're a racer and you need to chase down one of the admins. The admin car will be on like a lower engine revs, I think. So
Yeah.
it will even out.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. So yeah, we will try and give the driver the best opportunity of passing us.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we won't make it impossible for you to pass one of us. We'll be on a lower engine setup and you're allowed to go on higher revs or whatever, and we'll just But no, I think it's good. I think it's going to be it'll be quite tedious. There's no question about that. And I think if you're serious about joining, then it's going to be a lot of work to sort of prove that you're good for the league. But it'll be worth it, won't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it can be like a license process. Earning your license, earning your stripes. With the time trials, though, I'm still not 100% sure about this. I want to get your opinion on it. Should the time trials be a custom setup or should it be quick car setup?
I think quick car setup is the best way of just standardising it all. Mm-hmm. Personally, I'm not really sure if there's any benefits to using custom setups really, because everybody's going to need to be on that same, I think the same playing field, aren't they? To prove it. But again, I suppose we should have a bit of a debate about that one. Yeah,
we will talk about that and we'll announce it later on in the site. So yeah, we'll talk about that. The next thing, the race calendar, which was previously always randomly drawn at F1XL, it's going to be kept that way. I'll be doing the calendar draw just randomly out of a hat. If one of the admins want to help me, they can feel free. So hopefully the random draw will produce for some exciting races for the season.
Yeah, I always liked that way of doing it. But then again, I'm always actually a fan of having it similar to the actual F1 calendar. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's something for future seasons.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah.
And then there's also another point to make about the podcasts. Podcasts are going to be called the Slipstreams, just simply because the name of the site is Slipstream Xbox Racing. So we're going to try bring these podcasts to you weekly as best as we can, depending if we're busy or not. But I don't think it should be a problem getting them out weekly. There's also the problem of my internet connection. You know how bad it is. So
well, I think what you need to do is buy an Ethernet cable.
I think so.
No, I really do, because my internet connection at uni is terrible. Once I use an Ethernet cable, there's no problem at all. But yeah, the podcast will be good, I think, because this is something we worked on at F1XL a little bit, didn't we? You and me. I think it was us two that kind of introduced the idea, really. Mm-hmm. And it was always quite successful, wasn't it? People enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure that doing podcasts is unheard of for any other league apart from F1XL and obviously SXR. So it's something that we're quite proud of, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've also had a few people trying to do their own versions of the podcast as well on F1XL, and fair play to them.
Well, yeah, fair play to them, but we're the originals, aren't we? So I'll stand by the fact that the originals are the best.
No messing with the originals.
Well, that's no disrespect to the other guys, though. We do it better.
There's one more little point to make here. There's going to be a weekly updated media page with everyone's race highlights displayed on that page for the races that we just had. So for instance, if we just raced at Australia for 1 week only until the next race, your Australia highlights will be shown on the media page for everyone that records the races, so that everyone can go onto that one page and just look at everyone's highlights one after the other, sort of thing. So that should be an easier way for people to be able to look at highlights.
Yeah. I think the media, the whole media side of SXR is going to be the thing we're pushing the most. I just wanted to mention about the press work. We won't be, well, I won't be doing, like at F1XL, it was so strict on the press work. There had to be interviews and previews and reviews. There'll be none of that because it got too serious in the end. So I think we're going to focus more on the media, as in podcasts and highlights and stuff like that. But I just wanted to mention that there will be press stuff, but it's not going to be as on the same serious scale as it was at F1XL.
Yeah. Basically, if you want to do your own press work, then just release it when you can. There's no rush. Just get it out when you can.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that a lot more anyway. I think I might try and when people join the site, we'll start giving away some duties and roles. So I might try and build up a nice little team of people who are willing to do some press work, but it won't be strict and full of rules like last time.
Yeah. We'll also have a little talk just now. There's a brand new thing that we've included, which has never been seen on F1XL. It's the SXR shop, and in that shop we have 4 items. We've got wristbands, which are $3.99, t-shirts $24.99, hoodies $34.99, and then you've also got a custom SXR Xbox One controller, which is £75. So, I mean, to me, that's just a great new addition to bring to an F1 league.
It's good. It really is good. I think the controller looks the nicest. I really like the look of that custom controller. I think actually, the more people, if we succeed and we make a nice atmosphere and we become a successful league, people might, they'll be willing to buy these things because it's a, like you said, it's a brand new addition, and it's a chance for people to show that they're part of something, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're part of our community, and we're really focusing on trying to make people feel part of something here.
Yeah. So if people buy it, repping the site sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's another addition that we brought in. You might also notice on the website there's a pink bar that runs along the top. This is just for your message inbox. When you get a message, the bar will expand and it'll say you have one new message. So don't worry about the pink bar at the top. That's meant to be there. Is there anything else on the site to mention, Ash? I think I've pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I just think people should just take a look round, take your time, get yourself familiar. I just wanted to emphasise. So there's a police car going past. So
what have you done, Ash? What have you done?
Well, I let the dogs out. But, I'm one of them. A dirty dog. I wanted to emphasise that we're just taking this league back to its basics, really, aren't we? And we want the racing to take centre stage again. One of the things that I learned at the last league, during my time as an admin there, as press there, and just a member, was that things got taken out of context a lot, and people seem to forget that they were there just to have fun and race. And I just wanted to emphasise that this is what this league's going to be about. We're just racing and having a good laugh. But yeah, as when it comes to the site, my favourite thing is just it just looks really quite pleasing on the eye, doesn't it? It's quite a modern thing, so I like it a lot.
Yeah, it does look very beautiful and sexy. I am very, very chuffed with it. And,
Yeah, well, you put a lot of money into it, so
I've
you
put a lot of money.
You better hope you sell some t-shirts, boy. $24.99. It's a rip-off. I'm only joking. I wouldn't be buying one. I get one for free.
Yeah, you do. I'll be sending it to you soon, Ash, don't you worry.
That's all right, mate. Take your time. Probably costs more to send it to me. You're all the way up in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
Then again, so am I. I'm in like the Welsh middle of nowhere.
You're in Wales?
Not that I live in Wales when I'm not at uni.
Oh, okay, never knew that.
But in the middle of some mountains there. So to be fair, we probably both live in completely wilderness places.
I like how we just drifted from an SXR topic to a wilderness topic, like a where do you live topic.
Yeah, this is welcome to SXR geography lesson. Ash Linderz lives in North Wales. Lethal Linds lives in Scotland somewhere.
In the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere.
So
that's where we live, guys. So if you want to stalk us, then feel free.
Yeah. But I think Mikey Mikey lives in Scotland too, not far from you.
Yep, it's just a few minutes away from me.
And then Fossey, well, he's from like barbarian country or something, isn't he? It's like, he sounds
Cumbria,
like
isn't it? Is it Cumbria?
but he sounds like he's a Geordie, but I'm not sure he is. Is he?
I'm not sure.
Does
Fozzie, what are you?
Fozzie's just I was gonna say something quite. Fossey's a dirty man. You'll all find that out. Fossey likes to. What are we talking about now, Linds?
I don't know.
I think we should probably end this podcast.
I think we should maybe just drift back towards SXR and like tell people,
SXR. Slipstream Xbox Racing.
So guys, the site is pretty much finished. Once this goes up, the only thing left to do is get the rails up, and then once the rails are up, then we can open up the site pretty much. So I think Ash.
Okay, so when will the time trials be taking place? Should we clarify that?
Time trials, right? We'll do that. Shall we do that start of August?
I think.
Or should we?
Yeah, I think we agreed on August being the beginning of things, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we'll give people a few weeks to come to terms with the game, get used to it, and beginning of August we'll begin setting up the leagues, I think.
Yeah. And when is it you're getting your Xbox?
Well, I won't be getting mine till the end of September, so I won't be racing till probably season 2 now. So, right. But I'll still be obviously on the site and making the podcasts and whatever.
Yeah. Oh, good. So, as soon as the reels and the podcast get put up, we're good to go. I mean, I think we should open it Saturday, which will be tomorrow. So,
yeah, I think it'll be good to see how many old faces we can see and see if we can bring any new faces in, and I think it'll be a nice warm welcome to everybody who comes along.
Absolutely. I'm sure there'll be a few haters, as there always are, but you know.
Well, you know what they say.
Down.
No, and you know what? We've got nothing to hide. We've got nothing to be ashamed of. We're forgetting all the history and all the bad blood that might have happened between F1XL and other members at F1XL, and we want to have a good time here, don't we? So if you're thinking of coming to the site and causing trouble, then you might as well just forget about applying. But without sounding too harsh, you got to have a firm hand somewhere, haven't you?
Exactly. Yeah. And there will be some people I know that may cause a bit of trouble, but if they do, we will be first in the scene to tell them to calm it down. If there's any more, you've had your warning, no more,
Yeah, am I correct in saying we've got Fossey on the penalty system, haven't we?
Yep.
Which is quite actually the penalty. We haven't mentioned that, have we? That's going to be really good. And I think we're going to be realistic when it comes to people causing trouble on the site or on the track, and I think we're not going to take any bullshit, really, to be honest, but we're also going to be realistic, so we're not. Let's just put it this way, like some people at F1XL, we won't just ban people for no reason. Put it that way.
That's a good way of putting it. Well done.
Yeah. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
So yeah, Fozzie has got a penalty system in place. He came up with it. It is a very good idea. It will get presented on the site. It's a bit too complicated for me just now to talk about it on the podcast, as I need to get on WhatsApp to view
I
it.
think it'll be better if people can read it on the site, really, when it's.
Yeah. So it is a very good system that he's come up with. So yeah, that's Fozzie's part of it.
Well, like we're saying, like Fozzie's got the experience as well. He's raced in AOR, F1 XL. I think he's raced in something else as well. But I know he's been around the block, so he knows what to do. I think he knows what punishments people should have.
Well, we'll just talk about our admins, Fozzie and Mike. I mean, to me, Fozzie, he's the type of person that you don't want to fuck about with. Sorry for my language. You don't want to mess about with.
Yeah, but then like, I'll put it this way: but Fozzie doesn't take any bullshit. I know I said it a minute ago, but at the same time, he's also one of the friendliest guys you'll meet, and I can guarantee that to any newcomers who come to the site, you shouldn't be scared of him. Like you can't mess around with him because he won't take any bullshit. But to newcomers to the site, Fozzie will probably be the first person that you get talking to. Like he's very outspoken about things and he's got an opinion. And I like that about Fozzie.
He's just that type of person, isn't he? He's friendly. He's easy to approach, and you can have a laugh with him.
And Mikey, I honestly think Mikey's such a lovely character. He's like he's like you said, he's one of the old guard at F1 XL. He was one of the first people that I ever saw at the site, and he's always been nothing but kind and pleasant. Really nice guy, isn't he, Mikey?
He is. He's such a genuine guy. He's my best friend. It was a no-brainer to get him on board after he's been at F1 XL since it started. He's been there since day one. He's always backed me up. He's been there for me. He's continued racing, even though that he wasn't the fastest, but now he's like he has turned into a supreme racer.
Well, I think Mikey's the perfect example of someone who races for fun. Because, like I said, and it's no secret, he was racing in the bottom leagues for a while. I raced with him all of one of the last seasons I raced at F1 XL. I raced with him in the league, and he wasn't at the front of the pack all the time, but he raced. He's a loyal racer, loyal to the racing scene actually, because he does it for fun. And I think that's the type of person we need to have at the site. We need people like Mikey that clearly come and race because they enjoy taking time out of their Sunday evening to come have a race.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've just mentioned it there, Sunday evenings. We've not mentioned this before. Sunday evenings, 8 p.m. is the starting time for the races. That's when qualifying will kick off, and then the race should be about 9:15.
Yeah, and we aren't doing
8:15. Sorry.
Yeah, and we aren't doing practices anymore, are we?
No, we're scrapping practices. If people want to do their own little sessions during the week, feel free. But we feel as if practice sessions are going to make it a bit too serious, and people are just going to get too sweaty. So
that's the main reason, isn't it? We I know I was a big part of this, but at F1 XL we had the practice sessions twice, and then the race. But what I introduced, it wasn't me that I kind of made it a bit official. The sort of like unofficial social races we were doing in the week, and because by the time we got to the Sunday, we were doing the same track. We'd done it every single night. People were either faultless at the track, or they were just sick of seeing it. So I think we need to just race it one night a week, and that was the enjoyment for me when people were messing up and like you weren't perfect on the track and everything. So when everybody's perfect on a track, there's like, it's just no fun, is it? And like,
well, yeah, I know what you're saying. I like the idea of going into a race not knowing what other people's pace is going to be like. You could end up being faster, you could end up being slower, but that's all part of the racing. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember you were one of the people that you were against doing social races, weren't you? And you like to turn up on a Sunday and just get going.
Yeah.
I think that is definitely the best way, because even I started doing that in the end as well, and it was The sad thing was that if you do that, you're not going to be as fast as the people that were racing it week in, week out. But it's a lot more fun.
Absolutely, it is. So let's just hope we can prevent people from doing practice sessions.
Yeah, well, it's like you said, people can do what they want, can't they? But we won't be having any official practice sessions, will we?
Yeah. So I think we've pretty much covered everything, Ash. I mean, new site, SXR, we're pretty much good to go. Start the season for August. Well, that's what we'll get the time trial started.
And the site will be open this weekend, and we will look forward. Well, I personally look forward to seeing who comes.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. I'm excited to unveil the site to everybody.
Yeah. Well, from me, I just want to welcome everybody, especially newcomers. Don't be afraid by what we told you. We don't bite.
Apart from Fozzie.
Fozzie bites, but you have to ask him really nicely.
That's another thing as well. We'll need to get an advertisement post put out to like the Codemasters forums and whatnot.
Well, that's it. And if any of the people we do know, there's a lot of people we know from F1XL that want to come over. If any of you are willing to put the word out there to your other league mates, then that'll be absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely. I just want to state one more thing. Previously, we were going to be charging £5 per racer. We've just decided against that. Just basically because after a lot of thought, it would have been great to get £5 from each racer just to put towards the funds that I've had to splash out on the site and for a prize pot. But to me, it just doesn't feel right charging people to join a league and to have a bit of fun. So that's why I've decided against it, and that's why we're going to keep it free, let people enjoy the race and have a good time.
I just want to say on this, it was kind of my idea, that the whole charging people. What the whole basis behind it was that we wanted it to be used as a way of sort of only bringing in people that were serious about being sensible. But I think what we will do now is, instead of charging people, like with F1XL, we used to do a thing called the All-Star race, and it was like a mid-season kind of race where it'd be like a special event, so it wasn't connected to the league. So I think what we'll do this time is we'll do a kind of all-star race, but it won't be called, well, I think it might be called that. It was your idea, wasn't it, Linds?
It was, yeah. I'll think of a new name.
I think we'll call it that, and what we'll do is, if you want to race the all-star race, like you've qualified for it and you want to race it, then we'll charge people maybe a couple of quid or £3 or something to enter, and then whoever wins that will win that prize pot, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we could bring that forward to the community, see what they say about that.
I think that'll bring much more excitement to doing these special races mid-season. It'll almost be like the Champions League of the F1, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we'll have the leagues, and then we'll have a special. So we're not going to charge people to race, but if you want to, we'll have a little prize pot in the middle for people to just. It'd almost be like a raffle, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. We'll maybe bring that forward to the community, see what they say about that.
Yeah.
So I think we're pretty much covered, Ash. I think that's us.
Yeah.
So we'll end it here. I hope you guys enjoy this site, and I hope you sign up to take part in SXR. So thanks for listening, guys.
Goodbye.